away from me, Smith. I'm an agent of Goldstein. I didn't know it myself. Thought crime is so insidious. It just creeps up on you. My daughter found it out. Very proud of her. Very grateful I've been discovered before it's too late. They won't shoot me, will they, Smith? I know I could be very useful in a labor camp.
Room 101.
No. Please. You don't have to take me there. Why? There's nothing I won't confess. Nothing. I've told you everything already. What is it you want me to know? Take him instead of me. He's the thought criminal. It's him you want.
Holy shit, I didn't think I was going to make it today. And I almost didn't. Somebody, your buddy was stuck on the toilet. And I guess I am late. And I still did the intro. And I'm noticing a whole bunch of lag. I'm just checking that out for myself on the camera. Let me get this started. Let's see if that starts from the beginning. Yeah, there it is. Now I'm going to bring it back down. I don't know if you can hear it or not. Who cares? I noticed that the music was really loud yesterday, but I was just even louder. So it kind of worked. I was worried that when I rewatched it, because I rewatched this show because I want the best product for you people. Yeah, that's right. I said you people. And because of wanting the best product, we've begun taking funding from, hear me out, corporate sources. And it's a big one. We got some money. Can you tell the production value is $5,000 better today than it was yesterday? So we've had our advertising and promotion team courting some of these corporations who have a little extra holiday ad budgets. And let me play our first ad that we've ever had on BlackVill'd. Now, we've got sponsors for other shows, Thunderdome TV, BlackVill'd. I worry about the name BlackVill'd because I don't want people to confuse it with BlackVill'd. And also, people keep going, your show's very black-pilling. And I go, no, it's not. It's a play on words, if you will. And I hope this ad plays. Cue that up. See if that works. Oh, I started a little early. Hold on. I'm going to go back. And you guys are going to get to see our very first paid-for advertisement that netted me a lot of money. Don't tell anybody else, because they're not getting this. This is only approved for this show exclusively.
The holidays are about spending time with family. Whether it's the one you're born into or the one you make. Where there's love, there's family. Join us in helping create a more welcoming world at tasteofwelcome.com. Ritz, a taste of welcome.
I should have looked at that first. I don't agree with that at all. Jesus Christ, Ritz crackers. You know what? I'm going to lose money and I'm probably going to get sued now. But I'm going to say it. I shan't buy Ritz ever again. I don't see what Ritz crackers have to do with... I don't even know where to begin with that one. But they're very diverse, Ritz crackers. You know, anybody can eat Ritz crackers, including transgendered homosexual gentlemen or gentlewomen with beards and lipstick. I don't know. I'm not judging. Yeah, I am. I noticed that the only white people were poor and in a homeless shelter. And people are going, that's not reality. It is soon. Oh, it is soon. And speaking of shelters and homeless shelters, we're going to talk about Doomsday bunkers today. But let me just say this about Ritz crackers. I'm very disappointed. I should have watched that ahead of time and I would have turned down the advertising money. And let me tell you what, audience, I'm going to give it back. I do not condone Ritz's messaging here. It takes my appetite away, to be honest with you. I hope it does yours too. Now, I'm a fan of Ritz crackers. I like them, but I think every time I go to a store now and wear a mask, I'm going to take 4 or 5 boxes of Ritz, I'm going to open them in the store, and then I'm going to throw them in the trash. Let's hit that bottom line. Sarcasm. Anyway, I wonder if in any of these Doomsday bunkers they'll have Ritz crackers stored. So I'm reading that they have 5 years of food for up to, I think it was 12 families. We'll get into it. I got a video of it and everything. But I noticed with all these ultra-rich billionaires getting these custom bunkers. Sorry, I just had a big plate of a low-carb meal. And I got rid of about the same amount. That's why I'm late. Anyway, there's something going on with the Doomsday bunkers. It got me to Google the Doomsday clock today, which I still don't understand. I don't get how it works. You would think that it would be like 1 second from midnight right now, but I think even the Doomsday Clock Corporation or whatever has been taken over by globalists. And I'll bet they keep moving it backwards. Like, hey, the more diverse your nation is, the further back the Doomsday Clock ticks. So they've probably infiltrated that too. I read that it was started in 1947 by a group of concerned scientists. And the clock symbolizes with each bit of time passing towards midnight that technological and scientific advances dangerous to the human race are that much closer to destroying us once and for all, which I'm starting to be more comfortable and okay with. You know, when you're a teenager and you're all getting high and you're depressed and stuff, and you go, the human race is a virus, man. All we do is just multiply and destroy things. And it would be better off if there was a vaccine for the human race. Well, now there is. And you'll get that teenage black-pilled stoner wish very soon, it seems, unless you have a doomsday bunker. So let's get into doomsday bunkers. I have a video and I have an article. The video is 5 minutes. I don't know if I want to do that. Maybe we'll keep stopping it and chopping it up. Let's do the video first, shall we? We shall.
During the Cold War, the U.S. government built numerous missile silos in secret locations across the country. Many sit empty and useless today, but there's one in an undisclosed location north of Wichita, Kansas, that has taken on a new purpose. Welcome to the $3 million doomsday-proof condo.
It's not the luxury that drives the cost. It's the caliber of the infrastructure and the threats you're protecting against, and most importantly, the duration that you can be off-grid for.
It's 15 stories deep with walls up to 9 feet thick that can withstand a direct...
You notice how they said it's in an undisclosed location? I'm pretty sure you can look up missile silos north of, where did they say? Kansas City? Something like that? I'm pretty sure you can just look that up. Not to mention, the guy bought it for, I think, $300,000 before renovations. So, I mean, it's probably not hard to find this place. But be careful, be warned, they have sniper towers and security and stuff. Do you have to provide your own security? Like, do you have to pay extra for that? Do you have to feed them out of your family's bunker stash?
It's nuclear impact. In 2008, Larry Hall bought the property for $300,000.
We said, hey, if we're going to build a high-end bunker, I'd hate to need protection for 2 years and only have designed it for 1.5 years. So we said, what would we have to do to make this place capable of sustaining people indefinitely? And that turned out to be quite a cost driver.
Hall's team spent nearly $20 million to turn the missile silo into a secure shelter for 12 families. They installed 3 redundant power supplies, 3 separate water sources and a water filtration system, aquaponic farming, and hydroponic food. Then, with the help of a consultant, the team developed a plan to deal with the human factors of off-grid living.
Ooh, here it comes. I bet they're going to say something controversial, like who's not allowed in the bunker.
You need to make life as normal as it can be, because subconsciously your brain keeps track of abnormal activities.
The team added a swimming pool, gym, rock climbing wall, movie theater, dog park, and more.
Oh, fuck it. Who cares? I'm already bored. They haven't mentioned one time the diversification of these bunkers and who's allowed to live there. Do you think it's a money thing? Or do you think they're keeping the location and everything private so they can be like, look, we're not allowed to say this, but no whites allowed, okay? Because if you got to use this thing, it's because white people destroyed the world. And we don't want any of them in here. Granted, I'm white and I built it, okay? But I got to be honest with you, I wouldn't even let myself live there because I would be terrified of destroying even more after the world's already destroyed by evil white nations, I guess. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this. It was the Ritz Cracker commercial that really threw me off. And you remember when people, like companies used to be able to go, let's target the largest demographic of people who eat crackers. And by doing so, they'll, the largest segments of the population most likely to buy crackers will buy the crackers, even more so when we target them. But why would you target I guess it was I'm seeing a lot of transgender ad targeting, and it wouldn't make sense to do that unless they've done some research, and that research has said if you go after 0.1% of the population and their weird sexual proclivities, it will signal to, unfortunately, get ready for it, white women who buy crackers because they go shopping. It will remind them, hey, even though you're not a trans homosexual, we support that cause, as we think you do too. Because none of these people go, why would you advertise to such a small segment? Well, they're not stupid. They're Ritz crackers. They're probably owned by Nabisco or Unilever or some shit like that. Multi-billion-dollar multinational corporations. And I guarantee what they have found is, through advertising to white upper-middle-class women, I assume that's who buys Ritz crackers. I buy Captain's wafers myself. But I like a Ritz used to like a Ritz every now and then, until today. They're probably going to sue me now. But I'm not giving the money back. I just changed my mind on that. It's Christmas. I got to buy myself a four-wheeler. I guarantee they've done the research and they said, make it look like you're marketing to these marginalized groups that will raise awareness of white, middle, and upper middle class women. They'll buy the product. And so you've seen a myriad of companies targeting transgender people, and most people just look at that and they go, why would you do that? They're not buying Gillette razors. Maybe they are, but how much more did your razor sales increase because you're advertising to former women who now need to shave their face because of hormone replacement therapy, which was the goal? I don't think that's who they're actually marketing to. Again, they're not stupid. They're billion-dollar companies. But they made billions of dollars selling crackers. And now they're going to continue that by selling crackers to dumb crackers. See what I did there? Because they're Ritz crackers. And white people eat crackers. I assume, from what I've seen on the internet, black people don't tend to eat crackers as much as white people. Because white people, according to black people, don't like spices. And crackers aren't very spicy. I, for one, can eat a whole roll of Ritz crackers. At least I used to be able to. I haven't done it in years. And now I shan't do it again unless I steal them. It's kind of like when System of a Down put out a CD, ironically titled, Steal This CD. That's what I'm going to start doing with Ritz crackers. But I'm not going to eat them because they're bad for you. Crackers are... they're full of weird ingredients to make them all buttery, greasy crackers. And they're all carby. You shouldn't eat crackers, what I'm getting at. Point is, I'm going on about crackers a little too long. If you wanted to, now's the time to steal Ritz crackers, make them unsellable, and toss them in a parking lot under a semi-truck's wheels. And when they go, what are you doing? You go, fuck you, I got a mask on, you don't even know who I am. Somebody in the comments said something that I noticed it, and it bothered the shit out of me. He said, Triscuits. That's some white people shit. I'll say it. Triscuits are fucking gross. They're flavorless. They're dry. The way they feel in your mouth is like you're chewing on straw. Like real thick straw. Wheat Thins, on the other hand, that's a goddamn good cracker. But if it's owned by the same people that own Ritz, I shan't buy it. I shall only steal it from now on. And because this is the world you push to middle-class white women, I'm just going to steal your product. I'm going to wear a mask when you try to stop me. I'm going to say, fuck off. That's my new thing. Is that a good catchphrase? I need that on the gift board. But I don't have a gift board for this show because I don't need it. But imagine you guys making your own little GIF where when somebody argues with you on hopefully Telegram, hopefully not Facebook or Twitter, or maybe argues with you on Parler. It's just Oville going, fuck off. Fuck you. I don't want to say too many F words because I don't want to turn off maybe a newer audience who is looking for a more family-oriented show. And if you are one of those people, you probably shouldn't buy Ritz crackers anymore. I'm going to get back to the Doomsday bunker, and I'm going to see if they mention... like they showed a medical chair and like a dentist chair. Are they prepared to facilitate sexual transitioning? I don't know, but if they're not, I wouldn't be staying there.
More.
What you really want to do is make sure that people feel productive. So you're going to need everyone to be working 4-hour work days, and every third...
Could you imagine getting a Doomsday bunker you paid $3 million fucking dollars for? And them going, well, you still need to do a 30-hour work week. Fuck that. It's the end of the world. They want you to work after the end of the world. Why? I don't want to work now. I'm actually starting to get a new take on life, and you're going to be offended by this right away. I'm starting to think that money is bullshit. And capitalism, hear me out, you're going to be mad, but just hear me out. Capitalism has failed miserably. And you're going to go, no, it's not. We're the richest, most powerful nation on earth because of capitalism. And you probably are. And look what you've done with it. You'll say, well, if not capitalism, then what? I was talking with a friend of mine last night. We'll call him JD. And JD calls me and he goes, I saw your show today. And I go, yeah, what'd you think? He goes, I think it's pretty blackpilling. I go, then I guess you didn't watch the whole thing, or you need to watch more of it, because it's not. It's providing information to people who still have the real disease. And that disease is hope. If you still have hope, you're part of the problem. Because what hope does is it makes you think that there's still a chance. And when the human mind thinks there's still a chance, when you're not forced to look reality in the face, there's always that little bit of faith, that little bit of hope that keeps you from doing anything, because you go, I have hope things are going to turn around. And I used to be that way, up until very recently. But I look around now, I look at all the evidence, I look at all the things going on in the world, I look at the government as a whole, WHOLE and HOLE, just a giant fucking succubus. And I go, it's infiltrated, it's not turning around. Our institutions are infiltrated, not turning around. And every time you try to spread this hope nonsense, you're just talking people out of reality. And you need to stop doing that. It's detrimental to society now. And you go, well, who cares if it's detrimental? It's over, you don't have any hope. Once you let go of the false idea, the false idol of hope, and you realize what's really going on, then and only then will you actually be motivated to maybe change something. So JD says to me, I hope you're watching this show, JD. JD says to me, well, what's your solution? And I go, I don't have a solution. That's the solution. Once you realize you're out of options, maybe people will act. And he goes, act how? I go, I don't know. Stop trying to corner me here. I've never claimed to know what to do about it. I mean, I personally know. But here's the problem with that. You're faced with two options now. This is my opinion. Two options. You lay down, you continue going along with the system, and maybe one day you'll have this great technology, and while there's transsexual refugee junkies sleeping on your doorstep that you're not allowed to tell to leave because of the new squatters' rights in the Constitution, it'll be the 35th Amendment, I don't fucking know. You'll go, you know what? At least my iPhone 20 can project 3D images onto my wall. It's a little projector. Isn't that cool? At least my latest Android has a smell chip in it, to where when I watch cooking videos, I can actually smell what that's like. Isn't that great? Isn't technology fucking amazing? Isn't it awesome? Meanwhile, your local Target is being looted down the street. And you're probably so broke you're thinking, I think I'm going to go try to get me one of those televisions that everybody's talking about. It's called a smell-o-vision. Smell-o-vision 3D. So that's your option. You're living in a weird dystopian utopia with really great convenient technology. Hope you got your COVID vaccine card with you, though, so you can use it. And then your other option is to fight the power because you don't want that future. You don't want your children to have that future. But unfortunately, when you do that, you're going to lose all these fancy conveniences that you feel make your life more comfortable. Now, granted, you're living in an oppressive society where you're the one who helped build this society, you and your ancestors, and now you're persecuted in your own society. Because, God forbid, you don't want your children to be transgendered or gay at age 5 or sexually active before 18 or 14, 12. You don't want that. But that makes you the outsider now. That makes you an oppressive colonizer that must be dealt with. So you put an end to all that. And I'm not going to lie, violently. Very, very violently. The world that will be left after that point, I assume, will also not really be a world you want to live in. It will be the lack of all that technology, the potential oppression and persecution, but now by roving gangs of marauders hungry and bloodthirsty from the wars. Turn serial killer psychos overnight. No more medication to suppress those crazy urges. Stop the voices. And so now you've defeated the evil government. The evil one world government. They're all dead or hiding in their bunkers that probably aren't very diversified. And you run the world like you wanted to again. You and your people, and nobody telling your children bad things. Nobody educating them to be pawns and tools of the government, used by higher powers to further destroy society. Out of your hands, out of your control, because they took over parenting. You were too busy working to pay your bills and your taxes. None of that anymore. You don't have to. Maybe you farm. You raise chickens and cattle. I say cattle's cattle. But at the same time, you don't have your 75-inch 4K UHD television or online video games. So that's what keeps people, honestly, from accepting those two choices. If you have a third choice, let me know. I don't really think there is one. It's going to be dystopian either way, but do you want it to be dystopian yet free and independent? Or do you want it to be dystopian, I got cool gadgets and 6G internet? Now remember, all those fancy things are, if you look back in the very recent history of, let's say, internet technology, you go, this was one of the greatest things to ever happen to mankind. Worldwide communication. It's beautiful. We've come so far. But it was, even though not designed to be an oppressive tool of the ruling class of corporations, government officials, and tyrannical law enforcement agencies, it became that because everything technologically turns into a way to make you a product, a money-making slave to consumerism. I feel like I could go on, but I already have. And it's late. And I didn't keep going with this Doomsday bunker video. Let's give it another go.
30 days, people will rotate jobs so you don't have any single points of failure and everybody knows how to do all the jobs there.
The infrastructure is designed to sustain 75 people for 5 years. The idea was so popular that every unit sold before construction ended.
How many white people do you think, Bob? You think it's 100% white? Do you think that if it's 90% white and it was like, say, 10% POC, because they're all one people now? I hope you enjoyed that. If you are included in that POC class, I hope you like how they just stripped away any of your identity and made you a part of the POC Borg.
The project is just one example of success.
Oh, but I was going to say, you think those 10% would be run out by the 90%, like white people that are like, we colonized this place, you got to get the fuck out of here? Or do you think that the 10% would like rule the missile silo, $1 million doomsday condo society?
Success in the growing survival market.
Somebody's got to make the art.
The basement box-type shelter is stronger, larger, and more comfortable. Outdoors, you can build an earth-covered shelter which affords the best protection against blast, fire, radiation, and radioactive fallout.
Doomsday.
A lot of people don't know this about radioactive fallout. It only takes like a few inches of dirt. If you can get under a few inches of dirt, you're not going to experience radioactive fallout. It's only when you go out, up and outside of your bunker. And that's how a lot of people survived. And granted, it killed a lot of people. A lot of people survived Hiroshima and stuff. Just get under a little bit of earth. You're good. Which brings me to, I had a wacky idea a while back. I have a 100-acre ranch in, I won't say where. But I had an idea to get one of those big, what do you call them, backhoes, and dig out some ground and put shipping containers in there. And then I go, I'm not doing that. Anyway, I don't want to watch the bunker thing anymore. In my mind, it was a funny joke to think, how diverse is your bunker, though? I want to keep watching the video and see if they touch on it, but I'm not going. It's a boring fucking video. I feel like I've ranted long enough. Let's pull up the article and see if they say anything about diversification of the bunkers. What 2020 showed me is that it's not too bad an idea to have a doomsday bunker somewhere nearby just in case. And there's still a month left of this year, so we might need those bunkers handy if the internet's jokes about alien invasion and a zombie apocalypse turn out to be true. If you just slightly alter your perception of aliens and zombies, there's already an alien and zombie apocalypse upon us. If you're shopping for a bunker, which I am, you've got enough gold doubloons to sink a pirate ship. Man, this author is just really good. You might want to draw inspiration from this bunker north of Wichita in Kansas, which sells $3 million full-floor condos. The cheapest half-floor ones cost $1.5 million, while penthouse suites can be bought for $4.5 million. We don't know the exact location of this 20,000 square foot doomsday-proof underground building, but that doesn't mean we're short on other details. Unless they advertise a fucking army, I'm going to go there and I'm going to kill everybody and I'm going to take it. Not me alone. I'll have my own army, and those people will fucking die. What used to be a Cold War missile silo built by the U.S. government turned into luxury condos. The Survival Condo Project, which is behind everything, interesting, states that up to 75 people can live in the bunker for a whopping 5 years. And you'd really be living in the lap of luxury here. The bunker has everything from a general store. That's what I wanted to talk about. I forgot. So, would you have to buy stuff in the general store? Because I assume money's worthless, right? I mean, you're buying the condo now. That makes sense. It's a smart business plan for the people that renovated that and are selling or leasing the condos or whatever. Sounds like a real good money-making scheme. But if you have a general store, that implies you have a general currency. And why would you need a currency in a doomsday bunker? I don't know. It just seemed weird. And if you're living in a doomsday bunker, there's no money anymore. Maybe they've got it set up to where you can pay for everything with crypto. The only way if I was a billionaire and I bought one of these would be if I found out that the people who owned it have their own rooms there. If they don't, that would be too suspicious. Why did that go down? I don't know. What used to be a Cold War missile silo built by the U.S. government was turned into luxury condos. The Survival Condo Project, which is behind everything, states that up to 75 people can live in the bunker for a whopping 5 years. I already read all that, didn't I? Just be prepared to pay the monthly $5,000 residence and association fees. Would you have to pay that if you were living there and it was doomsday? Let me tell you what happens. Here's the real doomsday scenario in the doomsday bunker. It's what I would do. And it's what these people are going to do. Because if you're ever at the point where you got to live there, you're going to be an evil motherfucker hell-bent on survival. And the way you survive is to kill everybody else in the bunker and keep it all for yourself. You and your small renegade army of bandits. However, I guess you would need the initial investment money to get in there. But imagine if it's a full condo. It's like all these places are leased or whatever. How do you get in? Do you have to all be there at the same time before they lock the doors? I don't know. But once they're all inside, they're going to constantly be suspicious of each other. And I know that in the video he goes, well, we have to make sure everybody has a 30 or 40 hour work week. They change jobs every 30 days. I think even though he said this is so people don't go, they don't get bored. They keep this internal clock and routine all normalized and shit. Those people are going to get in there. They're going to have a party. They're going to have a couple parties. And at the second or third shindig get-together, somebody's going to drink too much. And they're going to say to somebody else, why do you play your fucking music so loud? Don't you know we all got to live here? That'll be the first riff, the first fissure in this calm existence underground, safe from the rest of the world, but not safe from your neighbors who are going to brain you with a fucking pipe and take what they want from you. Because why have 5 years worth of food when you can have 20 or 30? Why share this pool with 20 other families when you can just have it by yourself? You could put their bodies in the freezer for a worst case scenario where you run out of food. Now you just eat people. It's going to get like that. It's going to get crazy. If you had $3 million plus $5,000 a month to rent a bunker condo, you fucking idiot, why wouldn't you just build your own? Who the fuck is buying this? Think about it. It's a horrible idea. Nobody gets along. Cabin fever? Horror movies are made of that type of shit. Hear me out, Hollywood. Hear me out. You make a movie, you call it Doomsday Bunker, and it goes exactly like I'm saying. The end happens, nuclear holocaust, technology, people wiped off the face of the earth. Gone. But these smart folk, they invested in a bunker, a luxury condo bunker. And it all starts out all nice. Everybody's able to get there. Oh, some people didn't make it. That'll add to the story of how dangerous it is out in the real world. John and Karen, they died a mile away. They were attacked by marauders. But luckily you guys made it. Ben and Jan, come on in. I see you got your ID card, so I know that you belong here. You're the last ones. Come in. We'll shut the doors. And we'll wait a year. We'll monitor our security cameras, and we'll wait a year before we even try to venture out. As a matter of fact, we set the locks on the doors to not open for a year. So we're not stuck in here. We're protected in here. We're not locked in. The world is locked out. So they all start mingling. Some of them might know each other from the condo tours. I don't know. And everybody's real friendly, And it reminds everyone of how things used to be. They have a pool party a week later, and I don't know, maybe the kids are roughhousing in the pool. One of the parents says, hey, don't dunk her head underwater like that. And then the other parent goes, don't talk to my kid like that, you son of a bitch. I'm the parent. Now they're suspicious of each other. Children aren't getting along. Nothing drives you more crazy than that. Kids fucking fighting all the time. It just goes on like this. Everybody starts stewing. They find what they don't like about everybody else. Although they seem to be friendly people, some people just bother them. They can't get over it. They can't not see it. Before you know it, somebody dies. They disappear. They find their hacked up body in a ventilation shaft. Because the smell from the decomposing body fills the condo. That was just the beginning. Now they think there's a killer on the loose. And there is. But there's more than one. Because now everybody thinks somebody else might be the killer. It might be Bill over there. He seems like a weird dude. He seemed cool at first. But now he's all strange. And everybody's acting strange. We're trapped in this goddamn bunker. And one by one, they start killing each other. It's fucking Lord of the Flies for post-apocalyptic rich people. Anyway, Hollywood, you're welcome. That's the next Saw franchise. It's going to be called Countdown Doomsday. Okay, so now that we did that, if they make that movie, I'm playing this clip and I'm suing. And they'll still win because my lawyers are Italian. Anyway, want to keep reading this? We'll keep reading it. Fuck it, why not? Yeah, I think that would be easy to find. Just saying. Look for the giant fucking windmill in the middle of nowhere and the sniper tower. Oh, is that a double-bladed windmill? Weird. I almost said windmill. It goes deep underground. That's what she said. Yeah, that looks cool, right? Now just imagine being afraid to turn any corner. Well, I guess it's round, but you know what I'm saying. To walk around a wall. I think there might be some guy with a fucking claw hammer waiting there for you. The pool will run red with blood. Two washers and dryers, or is that just one? Oh, okay. That's just one condo. 75 people, 12 families. Survive up to 5 years. I would say by 5 years, there's 5 people left. And even though Allied, they're starting to think about how the other one's out to get them. I don't think this is a smart idea. I wouldn't live in the Doomsday bunker. The 20,000 square foot project has everything that's needed to live through a Doomsday scenario. Caterpillar generators. I suppose those run on propane or diesel. Wonder how much of that they'd have. Now, the wind would be good. It's very windy in Kansas. I think that windmill would be... It'd be a lot of power. Hopefully you wouldn't need to do maintenance to it. There's everything that you'll ever need, and you won't get bored easily. I'm not seeing them talk about if this is a diverse enough community. Ew, a fish market? Could you imagine cooking fish in there? It's like, it's the day, like, everybody's like, oh, Jesus Christ, you're cooking fish again? Another fish fry? My apartment smells like shit. But anyway, yeah, there's the delicatessen, you know, because you'd have to buy shit, I guess, with something. You imagine the crazy sex parties that would be happening like 2 months in. Everybody's just bored as shit, having sex with each other. That's what always happens. I don't know if you knew that. The last time I went to an underground bunker, 2 days. Everybody's banging. Everybody. Fans of the Ooh, a movie theater? Well, how many seats is that? Imagine a movie theater fight, right? And you're all trapped in a bunker. And some asshole, if it's diverse enough, some asshole being all loud and like yelling at the screen. They would strangle Dante in a bathroom. That looks nice, yeah. A lot of canned goods. I don't know how long those are good for, though. All the appliance and comforts you'd expect from home. Do you think they would have, like, limitations on knives and shit? Like, oh, you can't bring that in here because you'll probably in a month or two try to slit somebody's throat for eating your boiled eggs. We've done research on it. Again, why the fuck, if you could spend $1.5 million on half a condo to share with all these fucking people, why don't you just spend $500,000, dig a hole, build your own bunker, cover it up? I mean, those generators looked expensive and shit, right? But those generators are for 75 fucking people. You only need 2 small ones, and you only use one until the other one goes bad. You could have a windmill, much smaller, solar power, all that, your own family. I tell you what, if you have millions and millions of dollars and you need somebody to build you a bunker, I'm your man. I'm your man. I don't know if there's comments worth reading. Today's show, in my opinion, was not good. I was in a hurry. I had some places I had to go before the show. People I had to see, things I had to do, some Christmas shopping I needed to get done. I got a pretty sweet gift for myself. 12-inch pre-seasoned iron skillet. Now I'm going to have to still season it. When I finally do cook with it, it's going to be a steak. I'll let y'all know how it goes. Speaking of cooking, okay, you got your little commercial range. That's tight. The exact location is a well-kept secret. I highly doubt that. Security is the name of the game. There's even a command and control center. You imagine like how cool that scene would be in the movie? Countdown, Doomsday. They just start. They're watching the cameras on the screen. They just start going blank. And there's just somebody slowly trudging through the hallways, disheveled, hair askew, bloody, deadly, and then blood flies up against the camera lens, and the person watching goes, "Oh my God! Did you see that, Bill? There's a killer in here." And Bill goes, "There is. It's me." I don't know. Because there's more than one killer. I don't fucking know. What else? An elevator with cool lighting. A beach. Beach pool. I wonder how many people would be drowning in that. Rock climbing wall. You got to keep your fitness up. Just remember, the more you use this gym, this rock climbing wall, and this pool, the more likely you are to also need to use the infirmary. I would be staying away from that shit. Is there a doctor in the house? Does he get to stay for free? Does he get a discount for being a doctor? General practitioners can get a half condo for $750,000. That's a cool little living room, fake fireplace. I wouldn't mind living here. I'm just saying, you could have all that same shit and not have to share it with people. For a fraction of the cost, even. Look at this. This one bothers me. See this refrigerator? It's this new, classy, stainless steel, commercial-looking refrigerator. I bought a fridge that lasted maybe 3 or 4 years. It still kind of works, but it's broken. It's not a fully functioning refrigerator freezer. In my back room, I got a fridge from like 1989. You know, the almond color ones with the shitty wood handle, top freezer, bottom fridge. They all look the same. They look the same for 20 years. Working like a fucking charm. The thing's got to be 30 years old. I bought it for $100. The other fridge I bought for it was a scratch and dent at Lowe's. And no, before you go, maybe that's why it was broken, the hinge squeaked. That's why it was on sale. The people bought it, they go, "This hinge squeaks, I'm returning it." And I go, "I'll save half off," so I get that one. Worked fine for a year. Piece of shit. Starts freezing up. How does brand new technology start freezing to the point where your freezer fan freezes over and doesn't turn anymore? Meanwhile, I got a goddamn fridge from 1984. Flawlessly. It works flawlessly to this day. It's colder. It doesn't freeze the food. The fan has never needed to be defrosted. I had to call a fucking repairman to come out, take my new freezer apart, pull it all apart, blow it dry with an air dryer, melt all the ice with a hair dryer, 2-3 months later, it happened again. But I watched how he did it, so I did it myself. And then it kept happening and kept happening. This is a new refrigerator freezer. Old one, perfectly fine. When I build my bunker, it's going to be made with appliances from pre-1992. Hey, do you guys like this shirt? I just got it. The reason it's important is it's a medium. It's a medium. The shirt I wore yesterday, medium. Feeling pretty good about myself. Pretty good. Weird picture. Oh, you can store all of the shit you thought you needed in your previous life that you still don't. That's cool. That's smart. They got a dentist chair. Oh, that would be a good twist. The dentist / doctor, the real doctor died. The dentist takes his identity, and he was never a dentist either, by the way. And it could work either way. But think about it like this. They're like, "Oh, Dr. Mason, you're finally here." And he's like, "Oh, yeah, I'm here. Here's my my card to get in. And nice to meet you. I'm Dr. John Mason, just like my card says." But it turns out he's not John Mason. He's Victor Romero, and he killed John Mason 2 clicks up the road. He had a tire. Well, that's what he killed him for. He had a tire he needed. I don't know. Bear with me here. Victor Romero goes into the bunker. He's actually a serial killer. People start to notice there's problems when the first dental procedure he does, there's just blood and gore everywhere. And the patient, afterwards, when talking to another person, goes, "I looked in his eyes, and I saw bloodlust. He was enjoying it." It's going to be a killer fucking movie, dude. Victor Romero's the Night Stalker? I thought that was Richard Romero. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, yeah, cool stuff, cool bunker, blah, blah, blah. LED hydroponics, aeroponics. Yeah, okay. All right. Oh my God, there's a goddamn... Oh, y'all aren't watching. I am, sorry. There's a goddamn tiger in the pool. Pool comes with its own tiger. Look out, kids. We're on safari. You can really use your imagination. Dog lovers. Oh no. Some people hate dogs. What happens if somebody's allergic to dogs? And that's AstroTurf. There's only so many times you can clean the shit off of there before it starts to really have a funk to it. I personally would say no dogs allowed. And if you brought your dog, I would kill it for the better of the community. Also, if it's a diverse community, Muslims don't like dogs. A lot of black people not fans of dogs, or white people that smell like white dogs, or white dogs that smell like wet dogs. Freudian. I'm done. I think I'm done going through the slides and everything. Jesus Christ, there's a lot more. There's just going to be blood and shit all over everything. And that's just after the sex party. Good luck, fam. You're going to need it. Here we go. If y'all stick around, what I will do is I will host another channel. And do me a favor. Do me a favor. If you're watching right now, there's no outro or anything. I'm going to end the stream. I'm going to host another channel. You're going to want to leave right now. But do me a favor. This is very important for the network. We are at about 21 people right now. Don't leave. I'll have the channel hosted in 30 seconds. When I do that, it'll tell that other host that we hosted with that many people. As soon as you get there, and it says, "Oh, Murder the Media hosted Jason Phillips with 21 people," leave then. Because then it'll look like we had that many more people there. And I don't care if you watch their shit or not. Doesn't bother me any. I'm going to go take a shower. I probably shouldn't have another cup of coffee. Anyway, thanks for listening to me rant. If you guys know any Hollywood producers that like my idea, let me know. Appreciate it. I'm going to go. Have a wonderful day. And tune in tomorrow where I don't know what I'm doing.